I must go out into the Redmond jungle at some point. In fact, for the sake of it... Goodness, the mouse sensitivity seems a bit off from where it usually is. For the sake of it, let us have a quick... Let's just have a very quick look at the brigands who seem to be wishing to murder us, even though we've barely even begun. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pirates of the Caribbean, to Sea Dogs 2, to my favourite concurrently running series. Perhaps these men are rather cross about the fact that I've murdered several of their brethren. There all seem to be a rather large number of them. There's one over there, there's another one over there in a vest, there's one over there in a hat, and a tertiary twin over there who also seems to be in a hat. Right then, never mind. Anyway, we have a great many things to do today. I do want to go out into the Redmond jungle at some point and have a little look around, since I don't think I've really done that, and nor do I have much memory of it. So, we've got several little bits and bobs that we need to be getting on with this week. And I'm going to try to not dilly-dally quite as much as I usually do. The sea is looking absolutely lovely today. The frame rate is not looking absolutely lovely, but never mind, you can't have everything. Speaking of the way things look, I sincerely apologise if the camera seems to be in a slightly weird place than it usually is. To put it in extremely short terms, the camera has always, and I mean always, sat upon a computer speaker for every single video that I've ever made on this channel. And the day before yesterday, that speaker blew up. It went and then went and then went and then it died, and I couldn't get any more sound out of it, which was great. I only had those speakers for about 10 years. Maybe it's not a surprise they blew up. Never mind. So yeah, I've had to buy new speakers, and now they're sitting on the new speakers, which are a slightly different height. So forgive me if they don't seem quite right. But I'm doing what I can. Alright, we need to return to Greenford in order to speak to the priest, and also to speak to the scientist whose life we saved last week. And we also need to go in search of the this other black frigate, because upon watching last week's video in editing, I began to question whether indeed we are chasing the Black Pearl, because if I remember correctly, when we encountered the Black Pearl, it said, "Captain, we have encountered the Black Pearl." It didn't just say we have... Don't worry about that. So professional. It said that, it said we had encountered the Black Pearl. It didn't say we encountered the Mephisto, or whatever it was called. So, which seems to be the name of the ship that we are currently pursuing, which we are led to believe has moored here recently. So, I suppose we should go to the tavern keeper and see if she's got any sightings of it for us. Good, no one else is trying to murder me. Yet. Yeah, unless, like, Mephisto is, like, a Dutch translation of Black Pearl or something, I don't know. But, I have sneaking suspicions that we're actually talking about two different ships here, so maybe we aren't pursuing the Black Pearl. But we shall see. So let's speak to the lovely lady behind the counter and see if she's got any information for us.
You'll need something.
A lot of people talking all at once. I cannot hear what any of you are saying. Some information. Aha, yes. A black frigate by the name of the Mephisto entered the bay. Those crazy fellows, they've been here, but I'd leave them alone if I were you. One rascal quarrelled with them, and they cut him down without batting an eyelash. Thank you for the warning, but I really must find them. I'm sorry, lad, but I can't help you there. They sailed off, and I have no idea where. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm always one step behind these people, aren't I? Didn't they speak to anyone before they left? Not that I know of. You might ask around. Maybe somebody else can help you out. Why, thank you. I'll do that. She seems a nice, friendly lady. Any information in the quest book about who I might ask? This one. I managed to find out the pirate's den is that the Black Frigate really was here. Members of the crew figured even killed someone on the seashore. I don't remember saying anything about murder. But never mind. You're not the bloke I'm looking for. Perhaps you know what I'm talking about. I wish someone knew.
Why don't you just keep warm?
Mainly because I can't hear what you're saying, and it's rather difficult to obey someone's commands when they won't even enunciate them. Don't you want to buy me some... Why does everyone say that? Why does everyone say that? It's most confusing. This is the little shop, is it not? Well, if they said they if it says that they killed someone on the shoreline, perhaps I should speak to one of the guards that is guarding the shoreline and see if they have any reports. Because I really am curious to get to the bottom of this little mystery. Because as best I can recall, and I might be recalling completely incorrectly, this quest is to do with a group of people who wear long red spooky robes, and if I remember correctly, they're involved in some sort of cultish activity, which is rather exciting.
Why don't you just keep walking?
No, nobody here seems to.
Watch your
No one
step
here
and
seems
your
to know
tongue.
anything, which is a bit of a tragedy because it means I've wandered out here for absolutely nothing, and this is the only mooring station. By mooring station, I mean port. In on this island. There's something here, however. 100 gold. It's only 40% of what I usually get out of these things. It ain't nearly enough to afford what I want to afford with it, but never mind. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, if you head off to the right, then the only thing that you find is that little house. Unless there might be something in that house that's worth having a look at. There's something else here as well. Another 100 gold. Spiffing. I suppose the other alternative would be to go and speak to the pirate lord, who is in the encampment. We might do that briefly, because he would, sort of a governor of an island, would be a normal sort of port of call. And given that there's no sort of general police force here, and even if there was, I don't think I'd really want to tangle with them, who might give me information. You don't know, do you?
Aye, lad, you
No,
got
you
my
don't.
ear.
You don't know anything, you just want me to hire you as a navigator, but I've kind of accidentally already done that, but never mind. Even though he's less of a navigator and more of just a surrogate captain. Little house here. Anyone in this little house? No. Excellent! It is an opportunity for pilfering! Pilfering gold. Gold that we're going to have to melt down before we can actually shape it into coins, but never mind. Yes, let us speak to the pirate lord and see if he has any information.
I can bury you here or at sea. Your choice.
Alright, fair enough. I will leave with your things. Still have no idea how I get away with that. Alright, well this hasn't exactly gone tremendously brilliantly. I suppose I could speak to the storeman, but that seems like a bit of a stretch.
No, Captain. You may not have a line of credit.
I don't want a line of credit, I want a line of dialogue, mate. Let's talk of information, looking for work. Oh, I have no need of your services. Well, isn't that just a tragedy? This is not going spiffingly. Unless there was somebody in the tavern, perhaps at one of the tables, who might have had information for me. I'll do a bit of scouring, I think. Let me quickly quiz these gentlemen and see what we find. No, I don't want to gamble with you. You're just a drunk. And you're the diplomat, who seems to have forgotten the fact that we're having information with you again. No thank you. Alright then, so we seem to have run out of jaws to flap, or to induce the flappage of. So I think we're going to have to go and have a look at this house and just see if there's anybody there, because if there isn't, then we might be in a little tiny bit of a pickle, because I'm not entirely sure where to go from here. It is interesting, however, to play an RPG that doesn't have like quest markers that more modern RPGs tend to have. There are some bandits, but we should be able to get past them without too much trouble, so I'm not overly fussed. Yeah, most modern RPGs have quest markers these days to lead you to things, and I know some people think that makes these sort of games a bit too easy, but yeah, I have to confess that I don't think, other than this one, I've ever played an RPG that didn't have markers. But I'm not seeing any people or anything that I could take to give me any information. No, I don't. Alright then, so we seem to have lost the scent, as it were. The bloodhound has failed us. If by bloodhound you mean sort of brain-dead Pomeranian, which is probably a little bit closer to what to what you could associate with me. Ah, you see, they watched me come over to the left, so they thought that they'd better reposition themselves. What they didn't realise, however, is that, it wasn't over to the left, it was to the right, and the right is relative to which direction you're standing, which is what I've just realised from that verbal stumbling. But, never mind. I will take the right path again, which is both right in terms of direction and right in terms of correctitude. Well, I haven't got a baldy where to go from here, so never mind. We'll go back to Oxbay and we will meet with the scientist at the lighthouse and see if we can at least have slightly more success with that little quest than with this one. There must be somebody I need to talk to. The only question is who? And also where my ship has gone. Oh goodness, it's over there. Oh goodness, I seem to have fallen in the sea and got my boots wet. Well, fiddlesticks. Thank you. Never mind, this wasn't a completely wasted journey or anything. Dear. I mean, technically it wasn't completely wasted, because at least now we have confirmation that the frigate did go there. We just don't have any idea where it went after there, which is a bit of a shame. But never mind. Let's go to Oxbay and to the lighthouse. On the one hand, I want to stop at the lighthouse. On the other hand, I want to go to Greenford, actually, because we need to speak with the priest. To speak with the priesty man, whose name I forget, because if I remember correctly, there's 2 of them. But never mind, can I look at my quest book for helping the church? Indeed. Father Gerald, indeed. Yes, he has been quite a mischievous boy, and we need to go and do a little bit of investigating. So let's see if we can make our way to the store first, actually, now that I think about it, because it would be sensible to sell all of that ill-gotten gains of
everything
ours.
you need.
Let's have a look at some bits and pieces, please. We don't need... It's utterly superstitious, but I'm going to hold on to this bronze ring for no particularly good reason. Oh yes, I forgot we got our new spyglass, new pistol, new sword and everything, haven't we? So let's sell these pearls, and also sell this golden nuggets, and also sell this diamond. Lovely stuff. Anything new for sale I might have interest in? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. On the one hand, it's a figurine of an Incan god. On the other hand, it is a cup, a useful item, if you don't mind drinking out of the skull of a deity, which I must say is not something that I tend to do on my Tuesday afternoons. Right then, where is the church? That is the prison. That is perhaps where we will send the churchman, depending on the level of mischief that he has been getting up to recently. Right. Now, which one do you think he is? Do you think he's Beardy, or do you think he's Bernard's twin? I'm going to guess he's Beardy.
Change your evil ways before it's too late.
Presumably that's, Would you mind not doing that right now? Presumably, my evil ways entail giving people rude nicknames. I have questions about the priest named Father Gerald. You must be the Inquisitor. My requests finally produced results. Let us review a few details. As I understand it, you claim the priest leads a life of gluttony and depravity, and we're not going to talk about his waistline. Yes, and I don't make such an accusation lightly. I have proof. What sort of proof? I have in my possession love letters that he wrote to a certain young lady. Shocking! May I borrow them? Of course, here they are. You'll pardon me, but I have to ask, how did you obtain them? The young lady gave them to me in the hope that I could help her put an end to the father's unwanted attentions. I see, I will have to speak with her, of course, to confirm the truth of your accusations. May you tell me her name and where I may find her? Certainly, her name is Nadine Jensen, and she works in the tavern. Thank you. I really think we ought to have had this conversation in a slightly more private location, but never mind. We will pretend that that was the most private conversation that you've ever seen in your life, and that the frame rate doesn't die when we come into a foggy location. And we shall see if we can track down the tavern. This isn't like a back entrance to the tavern, is it? No, it is the entrance to a little house into which you can find a man with a sword, and I have become so utterly brazen in my theftitude that I am willing to pilfer anything in plain sight, and nobody even cares. Which I feel like some people might say is a flaw in the game design, but frankly I think it's so adorable that I don't much mind. Right, where are you, madam? You, Nadine? You are. Aha, it is you. What can I do for you? I wanted to speak to you about Father Gerald, one of the local priests. Some priest. He won't stop making advances. Can you imagine? I have complained to everybody, but nobody believes me. He even wrote me love letters, if you please. Are these the letters in question? They are. You must have gotten them from Gilbert. So you are here because of his complaint. How did you know that he logged a complaint? Well, he told me about it when I brought him the letters. Ah, well, thank you for your time. I will let you get back to work. So all I was interested in was confirming that, the priest indeed sent the letters. Interesting. I know there's not a lot of forensic evidence going about. What's that second door to? I don't know, it's locked. I know there's not a lot of forensic evidence that was available in 1630 for making investigations such as this, but you'd think at the very least we'd compare handwriting or something. What information have we got so far? The waitress confirmed that she really did get several letters from Father Gerald. Oh, I see. He's Father Gerald's assistant. Ah, I see. Gave evidence of the priest's guilt. I suspect he just wanted to take over Gerald's position. He's referring to Father Bernard. Maybe he can make the head of the temple. The position is still open. I have no idea what you're on about. What I am going to do, however, is save, just in case I screw this up royally. And I'm going to question him about it as I can.
Change your evil ways before it's too late.
I'll try, mate. I need to speak to you. I have gathered evidence that proves you have broken your vows as a priest. Really? What letters? I swear I've done nothing. Here they are. You might as well give up the act. But I've never seen these before. So much for me saying that we weren't being smart enough and looking at the handwriting. They are in your handwriting, Father, and they show the full picture of your degradation. I feel like it's a bit rich from me of all people, to be criticizing him for this, because I feel like I've probably done far worse. I still have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about love letters you wrote to a certain young lady. I swear to you that I've never written such letters. Who will believe me when they see these? You're either a very good actor or you really didn't write these letters. I'm glad it is not up to me to make the decision. Can you hear a woman singing and an organ as well? Goodness, there's no organ in here. Well, apart from the ones inside my chest, but there's no point. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and think he's telling the truth. Hope? My reputation is destroyed. I could simply lose these letters. I won't bribe you with the church goals. Please just leave. Oh, interesting. What more information do you have?
Change your
Nothing.
evil ways before it's too late.
Oh no, shush. Alright then, for the sake of completeness, because, I don't know, apparently we're writing an academic paper or something, for the sake of seeing all possible avenues, what happens if I say that I don't believe him? In your handwriting, you've written him to a letter. I'm glad it's not up to me to make the decision. Okay, well now the quest book's been updated, so what does it say now? Father Gerald claims that he is not guilty, and I find him very convincing. I think something is wrong here. Am I the only one that thinks that that line should have been written after the other dialogue option? Am I crazy for thinking that? Probably. Wouldn't be the first time that I was completely stark, raving, barking mad. You have no information about me,
Before it's too late.
I can't speak to him about anything else, can I?
Change your evil ways before it's too late.
No, I can just repeat the dialogue for some bizarre reason. Never mind. How curious. That's quite mysterious. So presumably then I can go back to Redmond and speak to the priest there, Father Bernard, I believe his name to be, who could give me some more information. But it's believably noisy in there. I was going to get a room for the night and then head off into the jungle in order to reach the lighthouse, but I have just realised, of course, that I can just sail to the lighthouse, and if I go onto the map for a moment, that should clear the mist, because it does seem to be ruining the frame rate, at least for me anyway. So goodness knows, pumping all of this through a capture card does enough to kill the frame rate in the first place. So let me sail to the lighthouse. Here we go. And just go on the map for a moment. There we are. Lovely clear day. blue skies, smiling at me. Now, there are people that we need to commune with, assuming that we're actually ready to do that. He says, pressing the wrong button. I need to find him, yes. I have to find Ramirez and take him to Redmond. Yes. So they are still, they're still around here. The fact that I'm not sort of walking towards them immediately tells me that they probably haven't spawned directly out here and have probably gone inside the lighthouse to avoid the worst of the weather. So let's trot inside and notice a second ship over there. That's interesting. Perhaps that's Daniel's ship, or possibly it's the scientist's ship, but he doesn't really strike me as the seafaring type. So let's see if we can get inside, either into the lighthouse itself or into this little house off to the right here. May I go inside? No, I may not. Can I go inside this bit? No. Oh, there you are. What took you so long? Yeah, I was kind of chasing after a load of kidnapped kids, but don't worry about that. It's the sort of lovely man I am. I told you I had other things to do. Sure, but you didn't say you'd be missing for several days. It takes like a week to travel between one island and the other here. Is it possible you felt worried about me? Yes, it is possible, in your wildest dreams. Well now, where's Vincent? He's on my ship, fighting a courageous battle with crushing boredom. I'm dreadfully sorry for the delay, but where are we off to now? He's literally in that house we found last week, or possibly the week before, isn't it? Fine, put to sea, I'll join up with you. Great. Did she answer me knocking on the door, or did she just, like, run in from somewhere? I don't know. I rather wanted to meet the scientist again, like a sort of a Professor Cuthbert Calculus type. See if we could blow anything else up. It would be rather exciting. I can't possibly imagine this game trying to render an explosion, but I would like to see it try on a day when I'm not making a recording, and as such it won't blow up literally everything in the video game and out of it. So let us get back to sea and see if that little house that we found is indeed the place that we're looking for. So is her ship following me now? Indeed it is! And it's better than mine, which is a bit terrible. Never mind. Let me save again, for the sake of not dreadfully embarrassing myself by dying in a storm. Since I seem to have written up in my quest book that I believe the father to be professing his innocence accurately, and that is sort of the way that I'm feeling at the minute, whether that's due to an ancient memory of me playing this game many years ago, and that being a correct resolution to the quest, or it just being an instinct. I don't know. If you turn to the left, yes, of course I'll pay you. Yeah, I'm not having none of that, mate. I am not going to get Danielle involved in a fight with the pirates, because if she gets sunk, the entire storyline is probably going to crash. So let's sail to I suppose to the port. I can't think of any specific location where we'd be going. Here we are then. I love that we moored at different docks. Vincent went ahead to the tavern. He said that we should meet him there. I feel like this guy is up to something. Maybe he's just after a drink. Relax, you went to find out if Ramirez still lives here, that's all. Very well then, let us head to the tavern. Oh goodness! She is my current compadre. Excellent. What sort of sword and weapon is she using, out of interest? She looks like she's using the standard pistol, or maybe the grape shot pistol. Yes, and a different sort of sword that I recognise from being in the shop here a couple of times. That I can remember the name of. Mind you, I can barely remember the names of any of them because very few of them are written in English. But never mind. Perhaps I should just be grateful that everybody else on this island does seem to speak English, and I don't need to learn Dutch in order to commune with people. Where is the tavern in this place? Wharf. Apparently that is the Dutch word for shipyard. Goodness, we've learned a bit of Dutch. Isn't that lovely? Under the sound of you keep the booze in this place. This looks like it might be a boozing establishment. This is not a boozing establishment. It is just a funny doorway. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Yes, it is just over here. Let us see what we find. Oh. Ah, you again.
Always a pleasure, Captain.
You've arrived at last. Yes, we got ever so slightly lost in town, but never mind. We located Ramirez. See the table near the door? That is Ramirez. I suggest you talk to him before he disappears. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters that need my attending. Something tells me I wouldn't want to know what you're up to anyway, so thank you for your help. Where did Vincent go? He said he had other business to take care of. What business? He never told me about anything. How should I know? We'd better talk to our fugitive. I can't help thinking you're hiding something from me now. I can't help feeling that everyone's hiding everything from me, but never mind. Won't you trust me just once? Alright, we'll talk about it later. Ramirez, he's here, right? He is sitting at that table there. I get a funny feeling it's that bloke right there in the hat. Let's buy him a drink and have a little chat. I'm gonna guess he's one of these two fellows. Here he is. What do you young people want? What are you talking about? We both look like we're in our 30s, for crying out loud. Are you Raul Ramirez? Yes, but who are you and what do you need from me? Relax, we would just like to have a little chat with you. I can see by your faces that our conversation will not be pleasant, but I don't suppose I have much choice. You, my friend, are an intelligent man. Let us go to my house outside of town and talk there. I feel like we could have a conversation here where there's lots of guards, and I'd feel much safer. Don't try to slip away. I won't. Alright, let us go. What are we doing here? Looks like some jokers are following us. Yes, they've been telling dreadful puns all afternoon. Deal with them and then catch up with us. Go straight ahead at the first intersection and then left at the next. I will, but remember, we need Ramirez alive. Hello, gentlemen. Would you like to get shot in the face with my gun? Because I'll definitely do that if you want me to. There we are. I told you I'd do it. Right, now, this time... It looks like they've only got sabers, which is a good thing. You'd both like to strike me at the same time, please. That'll do. Not really, but never mind. Oh dear, I said it last week and I'll say it again. I really need to, I need like a practice session or something. Something that I can do in between, something that I can do, like, in the middle of the week in order to, remind me of how to play this game. Look here, you one-eyed Wally. Go away. There we are. I reckon that is about all of them. So, let's get the hell out of here. Doesn't seem to say that is all of them, but we don't seem to be being pursued. No, there we are. It's all better now. Oh, good. And now we get to have another quiet walk through the world's lengthiest jungle. Excellent. I'm really glad about that. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. My only concern is that the Redmond I mean, I've got many concerns, mainly about getting stabbed in the face by the various different ragamuffins that live in this village. And by village, I mean jungle. But, no, I'm a bit concerned because the Redmond governor said that Raul should not speak to anybody, not even me, before I get him back to Redmond. So I'm a bit concerned about that. Because, it would seem that we're about to have a conversation with him, and while Danielle has been alone with him in his abode, they have probably been having more of a conversation. And yeah, and I just have this really bad feeling that it's not quite gonna come up with my chips. But never mind, by which I do not mean my rectangular potato products. Now, I think they said left here, as best I can recall. Yes, because I think if we went right, that would lead us to that intersection, or crossroads, to use a slightly more local term, that had that great big tall statue there, which looked a bit like the heads out of Easter Island if they'd all had been viciously assaulted previously with some rather pugilistic enthusiasm. Alrighty then, some lovely cheery music. I have a terribly bad feeling that things are going to go rather wrong in this house, but hey-ho, I should probably say beforehand, but I'm not going to.
Pardonne-moi, Capitaine.
Great. Everyone's dead, and I have a horrible feeling that only one person is going to walk out of this building. Knowing my swordsmanship as I do, it probably ain't going to be me. Ramirez is dead. What am I supposed to tell the governor? So you're working for that English doctor? Who the hell did you think I was working for? You could say I'm his right hand. Alright, cool it. I'm dead. Alright, hang on a minute. So, my swordsmanship was so bad that I didn't even have time to get my sword out. Okay, so Raoul is not dead, he was merely having a little bit of a sleep and pretending. So, now it would seem that I am playing as Danielle. The mongrel finally got me, Governor Sealhard, and his brand of thugs. Please, lie still and save your breath. Your wounds, they are serious. Oh, he did have a fight. I thought he was playing dead. I know. Do you know why Sealhard wanted me to die? Yes, the Incan treasure. No, I think he wants you to die because you let the French assault Oxbay, but never mind. Indeed, he has lusted for it ever since he heard it. I beg of you, carry it off under his nose. That will be a just revenge for my death. I will take care of the governor as well, of that you can be certain. He has sent his murderers after me since I learned of the treasure. Is that why those soldiers came to try and arrest us in the Redmond Tavern just before the assault of Oxbay? No, don't kill him. He's too powerful and too well guarded. It is more important that you protect the treasure. There is far more to this treasure than it seems. The information that Sealhard has is not complete. I have only recently figured it out myself, but there is more. Much more. In my initial pursuit of the treasure, I found a legend that describes how to find these artifacts. Unfortunately, it was an incomplete transcription from the Spanish Islands Church Library. I am sure that you can find a complete version, but there is one more thing. I don't think that the Incans strictly exist as a people anymore. I don't know if any particular nation can like trace their lineage back to the Incan people, but for the sake of not offending history, if nothing else, I'm not even going to attempt to enunciate that. So it will open the door. Right then. Okay. Is this why the governor was interested in... Oh, I'm still alive. Well, isn't that spiffing? Who took the corpses away? Open what? Open the box, please. Thank you. Curious. It just allows me to step out of the door even though I'm nowhere near the frickin' door, but never mind. Yes. If I could ever get my words the right around. Is that why the... Okay, I'm really confused. Let me try and get my first point of confusion out of the way first, and then we'll deal with our second point of confusion second. First point of confusion, is that why the governor was after those Incan idols that he wanted me to find, and that I did find on the Sirena on this island here? And furthermore, I A, didn't die, and B, wasn't even unconscious. She just kind of stabbed me and made me sit on the floor for a while. Alright. Bit weird, but never mind. Because I heard the conversation. Because I was wondering about that as the conversation was going through. I was thinking to myself, it seems a bit weird that I can hear this, because it means that I'm going to have more information. Hello, you lovely thieves. So sick of fighting you lot. Yeah, it seemed weird that the game would be designed so as to give me more information than Nathan here has, which is a little strange, but it would seem actually that Nathan was listening to the whole thing, which is rather unusual. But so she just sort of stabbed me and just made me sit on the floor for a while on the naughty step. All right, fair enough. It's now night time, which is you bunch of mischievous old men. It's now night time, which means it's real dangerous to be out here, because there could very easily be skeletons out here. Because skeletons do like to wander around here at night, if I recall correctly. I think the game just gets a little bit confused sometimes about whether or not people are actually hostile to me, because I don't think this lot are, or at the very least I can get away before they are able to chase me down. So what I'm going to do is head back to the Dutch town. Yeah, it seems to be under the bizarre impression that everybody wants to kill me at the moment, but with the information that I've got, I don't actually think that anyone does. Which makes a nice change, because after listening to my infernal voice for 35 minutes, I imagine the vast majority of you would rather like to slit my throat with a cutlass. But no, I'm going to head back to the Dutch encampment and rest for the night, as much as I really ought to get after Danielle post-haste. I don't think we'll have any problems with just waiting a few hours for the sun to come back up, because I want to go and have a little chat with the merchant first, in order to see if any new things have arrived due to my level up. I should assign my points as well, now that I think about it, and also see if he has a mission for me in terms of escorting some cargo anywhere. Maybe I should go to the tavern and see if there's a guy there that wants to be escorted somewhere, because mind you, we could check the store in the Spanish island as well. That might save time. Let's see if there's any merchants that need escorting first and foremost, because that is generally quite a profitable endeavour. Oh, and I should clarify something that happened a long time ago. I think the second mission that we ever got, because the first escort mission we got was escorting someone to the French island for 8,000. The second one, we had to escort somebody for 2,500, which I thought was a paltry sum, until in editing when I realised where all it was he wanted to take you to a different bay on the same island, which I didn't realise before. So I think I took him all the way to the Spanish island, then all the way back to wherever it was that we started from. So
Here's to the captain! Hurrah!
So yeah, that may be real stupid, but never mind. Rich boys? There was no one like that at the moment. Oh, never mind. Oh, fine. If you insist. If there's no money to be had, then I suppose we shall just have to head to the Spanish island and see if the Spanish are any more appreciative of my abilities than these rather daring Dutchmen are, who all seem perfectly capable of going places on their own. So I should probably save again, just to be on the safe side. Sorry. If for no other reason than I don't want to have to waste loads of time going over the recording again, because it would be a pain in the butt to do that. Right, if I could remember the buttons. Where is the Spanish island? It is over there. Yes, there we are. Let's just quickly pay attention to where we are to make sure that we don't sail into the middle of a storm. Yes, here we are. Here is the Spanish island, which I don't think we've actually done an awful lot on thus far, other than that little encounter with a potential assassin. By a potential assassin, I mean me being the potential assassin. Let me just continue to sail until the sun rises. There we go. There we go. Much better. Let's go inside. Yeah, I don't think we've had many quests here just yet, which is a bit of a shame. I rather like this island. It's rather exciting. So let me have a quick chat with this street vendor over here and his twin. Let's see if he's got anything new that would be worth having a look at. Oh, lovely. You probably don't want to sell those. This is slightly important. Anything new? Oh, a new sword. The piranha. Goodness. That doesn't seem very good. Not made for defense. Yes. Evidently. So it does a little bit more damage than the sort of... In fact, I think it does about the same sort of damage as I was using before, and I think actually is worse than the sort of the falcon or whatever it was that I had before. But no, other than that, everything seems much the same. I didn't have any treasure or anything to sell, did I? I don't recall such a thing. No, indeed, I don't. Okay then, let's quickly get some points into things. Because on the one hand, I really want to get like gunman and professional gunman, so I can use that 4-barrel pistol, because that's kind of ridiculous. So I think that's what we're going to do. Reloading is 10% faster, aiming skill is increased by 10%. That's pretty good bonuses as well. What does this one do? Reloading is 50% faster, aiming skill is 25% better. That's pretty good. So it's not just the fact that you unlock better weapons, then you do get other stuff as well. So isn't that nice? Now, I think I should probably go for... maybe cannons, maybe grappling. The amount of bloody boarding I do, maybe that would be a wise thing to get involved with, actually. Oh, maybe my leadership as well. I feel like my leadership has been lacking a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to get my leadership up from 2 up to 4. Because if I remember correctly, that allows you to sort of persuade people in dialogue, and also has some influences on your crew. So we are now going to have to find the church, which is going to be a little difficult, because of course you can't fast travel to the church, which is going to make things a little tricky. So we're going to have to wander around for a minute and see if we can find a church. It's a scary looking fish. In fact, actually, while we're here, this is probably a silly idea, just in case we have to do something vitally important on the way out. But,
Senor!
anyone
Senor, right away!
talk business? Any rich boys? No, Kitty aren't. Everyone just seems to think that the sea is really safe. Maybe I should go out there and become a pirate, and then they'd realise that the sea is not safe. Perhaps that would be a double-edged sword. I don't know. Alright. Oh, that looks like a church. Yes, indeed. That is very much a church. Oh, goodness, that's a beautiful-looking bit of architecture over there. Is that the town hall? Perhaps it is. I presume that it is. I don't think that we've been to the town hall yet on this island. I wasn't exactly talking to the governor when I was attempting to get hired as an assassin. Here we are. Here is the church. Oh, goodness, this is quite beautiful. Interesting. They're wearing different sort of robes. That's interesting. I wonder if is that because... Please correct me if I'm wrong about this, and I do sincerely apologise if I am wrong about this. But, if... Oh, sorry. There's like a little collection box on top of a pedestal over there. I thought it was a man with his arms out like that, which is a bit weird. I don't know why I thought that, but never mind. Is this because... Are they wearing different robes because Spain, at this point in time, was a majority Catholic nation, and, England was Protestant? I do not know. Perhaps I am right, perhaps I am wrong. Never mind, let us speak to the man.
Have you come for my
Hello, my son. What brings you to the bosom of the church? Have you come for confession, or perhaps to make a donation? I wish to speak to you. I am listening. I need access to the church library. I am afraid that is not possible. The library is closed to laymen. Maybe you can make an exception for me. I have my own ship and crew. Perhaps if you help with my problems, I can help with some of yours. You're a captain? Perhaps you can aid me and the Spanish church. Alright, as long as it doesn't involve going to war with the English. Although, to be honest with you, things are probably going to go quite badly with the English once the governor realises that Ramirez is dead. Some very important papers were stolen several days ago from the church. I suspect they were taken by this person, Mr. Pharaoh. Unfortunately, I have no hard evidence against him, so you want me to find out if he has the papers and bring them back to you if he does. Yes, they are highly important documents. Leave no stone unturned in your search for them. Where may I find this man? I managed to find out that he has his own ship. It is a sloop, if I am not mistaken, and he is often seen at what I believe is the Portuguese island. He is probably involved in smuggling. I will find him. Will you allow me access to the library if I bring the papers back? Certainly. You will be able to spend a full day in there, although I don't understand why a sailor would be interested in such things. Bless me then, father. I'm on my way. Interesting. Why do I have a funny feeling that Danielle wouldn't faff around with doing things like favours and would literally just break in there? She strikes me as that sort of person, but never mind. Where is this little library? Is it somewhere around the back, or is it a totally separate building, you think? I don't know, but I'm not seeing any little doors around the back, and the outside of this church seems to roughly mirror the size of the inside of it, so I assume that it is indeed a separate little building, perhaps one of the ones over to the side here. Alright, well, since I don't feel like we've done an awful lot on this island, we might go to the town store, that's the word I'm looking for, and see if there's a merchant who'd like me to send some cargo somewhere. Well, there's a little house here that we could invade. Whoa! This looks very grand and exciting. Anybody home who would like to have their things stolen? I highly doubt it. Most people seem to find that rather pleasant. There's nobody here, so I'm going to take this dual barrel pistol. Excellent. That will act as a fantastic stopgap until I can get the next level up and I can unlock the I can't go through here, okay. And I can unlock the quad barrel pistol. Okay, let me get the hell out of here before I get horribly arrested for stealing things. Which I'm still shocked hasn't happened. But let me have a little look at that and see how that compares to my current long pistol. So that's 40 to 50 damage, 12-second reload with 50% accuracy. So how does the dual shot compare? About the same damage, longer reload, but better accuracy. A pistol with 2 barrels. There are cases when 1 bullet just isn't enough. I agree. Now, if I remember correctly, this doesn't reload. It doesn't fire them both at once, like some double-barrel shotguns do. Instead, this allows you to fire one, and then you can fire another as a totally separate shot before having to reload, which is nice. Here are some more things that I can steal. Excellent. I can't go through here. This is a shame. There do appear to be some different people here that I can speak to. A man in his pajamas and a man in his shorts. Right then. Who are you? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Admiral of the Spanish Fleet and glad to meet you. The Governor recommended you as a man who can deal with any trouble. How? He hasn't even met me yet. The Governor flatters me, although I do have a great deal of experience with trouble, both in causing it and in ending it. Perfect, I have some business for you. You see, my son Lucas disappeared from home several months ago, only days before he was set to marry. As you can imagine, it was quite the embarrassment for me. I can well imagine such a thing.
Yes, what can I do?
When I learned that Lucas was headed for the New World, I requested assignment as an admiral in the West Indies fleet, so I could come here and find him, but you have not been successful. Alas no, every time I think I have picked up his trail, I soon lose it again. Will you try and find him? I offer a reward of 10,000 gold. Does that suit you? Indeed. Very interested indeed. Again, as long as it doesn't involve fighting anyone. Okay, good, we do have to go back to Redmond at some point, so that's at least not in the arse end of nowhere. I only know that he was last seen in the Redmond Tavern. You may begin there. Don't let me down. I'll do my best, mate. Can I speak to you about anything?
My grandfather was a conquistador, and his blood flows through my veins.
Yes, and we're not going to talk about all of the rest of the blood that the conquistadors made flow. Not that the British Empire did was much better, but never mind. Please tell me the purpose of your visit. I am Nathan Hawke, and I have come to speak to you about a small piece of business. Which is so small that you can't even hear me say it. But never mind, we've discussed our business now, so that's good. Alright then. Man alive, 45 minutes gone already. I want to play this game forever. It's so difficult to hold off playing this game and only do it once a week, but never mind.
Ahoy there, Captain.
Now, let me start by selling, could sell my pistol. Alternatively, I could give it to my companion, because he doesn't have a pistol. Not that I ever really allow him to get involved in combat anyway, because I'm too nervous of him dying. Mind you, if he did die, then I could hire the guy on the pirate island, so...
No pray, no pay. Right, amigo?
There could be some benefit in people dying. Your ship lacks the capacity to handle the task I have in mind. Well, fiddlesticks! I presume that means the cargo hold is too full, given that it is almost completely full at the moment. Oh, there's some paprika. I had no idea we had some paprika on board. I don't suppose paprika is being imported here, is it? In my trade book? Where is the island I'm looking for? Here it is. No, they're not importing it. Who does import it, out of curiosity? Who imports paprika? Because there's the Portuguese island we need to go to. And there's also the, no one? No one is importing paprika? Really? No. No one's importing paprika. Alright then, well, we might as well just sell it then, because it seems like nobody's going to import it.
No pray, no pay. Right, amigo?
How much can I sell it? Thank you. Crying out loud. How much can I sell my bleeding paprika for? 10. That's perfectly a sensible price as far as I'm concerned. I don't guess that's cleared out enough of my hole, is
No
it?
pray, no pay. Right, amigo?
I've already told you that anyway. You do have a job for me. I just don't have a girthy enough hold for such endeavours. Never mind. Should we quickly pop to the shipwright and see if there's any fun ships to sell? Because, unless I'm highly mistaken, we're now level 8. We're not level 9, but we're level 8, which is a step in the right direction at least.
Your ship, senor. She needs repairs, yes?
Presumably. Blasted weather. I'm the best shipwright in these islands. I beg to differ. I think the weather is lovely. You young people are so disrespectful these days. You have a passion and strength. What else do you need? You must have been young once yourself. Have a little patience. Show some respect for your elders. Crying out loud. Can we just get down to business? Alright. What do you want? I just want to see if you've got any nice ships for sale, to be honest with you. I have no memory of that ship. How does that compare with mine? Significantly less maneuverable. Massive hold, which is lovely. A few extra guns. Massive crew as well. Gideon. Mind you, I mean, that's huge as well. How does that compare, actually? Little bit faster. Less maneuverable. Huge amount of hit points, which is fantastic. But huge hull as well, actually, now I come to think about it. 70 cannons as well, man. Alive. Never mind. I'm curious when we're going to bump into a copy of the other level 1 ship, which, if I remember correctly, is a man-of-war, which is absolutely enormous, if I recall correctly. Very large and very dangerous and very expensive, and if I remember, not very maneuverable. Alright then, so we've got a couple of little jobs that we need to do. We could head back to Redmond and see if we can find this this Spaniard who's gone missing. Where's my dinghy? I have no idea what my dinghy has gone, but never mind. The other job that we need to do, if I remember correctly, is to head to the Portuguese island. Yes, indeed. Let's go there first, because as much as I am slightly hesitant to sort of race along with the main story, I feel like that's got to be quite close by. Where is it? Yes, it is down there. Oh, giddy aunt. Except I am wasting time by reversing my ship, which I'm pretty sure is physically impossible, but never mind. Should we get involved in a fight? Yeah, let's get involved in a fight, why not? What sort of fight is it? Is it a fight I might lose? Yeah. Yeah, it is a fight I might lose. And I didn't say before I did this. But you cannot claim that I am I am a coward, because I am going to have a try at this. Okay, I'm only going to try and get hold of one ship and then get the hell out of here. But I'm going to try and steal one vessel. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to get. Probably this one here that's closest. So let me see if I can board this ship, because we are coming up at a decent angle. Although he is turning to face me with his broadside cannons, which is going to be really rather dangerous in a minute when he decides to unleash all of those. So, well, someone just shot at me. Goodness knows whether they hit or not. There we go. Right, let's just shoot somebody! I was going to say I'm surprised that these guys are pirates. I don't know why I'm surprised that they're pirates, but never mind. Yeah, so you can see that I fired one of my pistol shots, and now the other one, so now it's going to reload. Okay, that didn't go quite as bad as I thought. Only one of our people died, which is good, because I'm still not certain that if your sort of officers, as it were, or even though they're not officers, die during boarding. Ooh, that looks valuable. Not that. This. Thank you. I think it means that you lose more crew. So let us continue. Probably should have let my weapon reload before I did that, but never mind. Oh gosh. Oh gosh! I bit off more than I could chew. Ouch. When was the last time I was anywhere? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, I knew I should have saved. Never mind. Once bitten, twice as stupid. Let's go find some more bloody pirates. Right then. Yes, we will go back to the Spanish island, but we will make a detour. A detour with destiny and death and you. How many of you are there? There's 2 of you, and one of you is a corvette. Right then. That corvette is significantly more maneuverable than I am, but never mind. It doesn't matter. I am going to reload with chain shots, because I am going to do this properly, and sensibly, and intelligently, and cleverly, and also almost undoubtedly get sunk immediately. Right then, let's come between the 2 of them, because that isn't the slightest bit of a stupid idea. Idiot. Right, come on. Let me fire at both of you at the same time. And then realise that I should have really been looking to stay closer to him, but never mind. The more I damage their sails, the slower they will be travelling, and it will make it a little easier for me to Jason. Do I have cannons on the arse end of this thing? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, good. Continue to fire at the corvette. I want to absolutely ruin his sails, because I don't want him to be able to escape. Even though, to be honest, given the amount of damage I'm taking, I'm probably the one who should be thinking about escape, but never mind. Certainly escape from this water texture, if nothing else. The corvette really doesn't seem very interested in having a fight with me, which is a bit weird if I'm honest, but never mind. We'll shoot at that guy again for no particularly sensible reason. And miss quite dreadfully, but never mind. Yeah, I really want that corvette, and I know it's a corvette because the corvette and the frigate look practically identical, apart from the fact that that stripe of red is blue on the frigate. So he seems to be turning to face me, which is a dangerous mistake that I'm not leaving. immediately. And I still don't know why I have a French flag, but never mind, it doesn't matter. We're going to board this guy, and this time we're not going to die. Probably. Just continue to shoot at him for no particularly sensible reason. Right, come on. Come on, come on. I think I need to be a bit closer under to board him, actually. Oh gosh, I'm going to take a lot of damage if he hits me with his broadside. Oh, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. I really, really wanted to board him, but this plan really hasn't worked. Look at that topsail, it's practically falling apart. I mean, so is my hull, but that isn't the point. Oh gosh. What is it with me and biting off more than I can chew with this blasted sea combat? Oh, come on, come on, come on. I know you can topple people's masts in this game as well. If you do enough damage to their sails, you can actually make a mast cave in, which is oh gosh. Right. It's like the end of episode 2 all over again. Never mind. What I think we'll do is I think I'll just screw around with trying to get hold of another ship for the sake of earning up a bit more money so that we can get another, so that we can eventually get a Corvette. And then between this week and next week, get some friends to help me. An excellent plan. And then, and there's only one of them, and he'll probably have gotten sunk by the time that I reach him, but never mind. Let's hope I don't crash into these nice Dutch people. Sorry, I mistook their flag for something else there for a moment, and I don't want to offend the Dutch by saying what I mistook it for, but never mind. I will only say that it is a brand of toothpaste, and that I'm very sorry. Okay, yeah, let me see if I can board this ship. I don't quite know what this is. It looks like a small galleon, or like the sort of a shape of a galleon, but a bit smaller than that. So, and I'm just using my standard cannons, which is a bit silly of me, really. I really ought to be using my my chain shot. But let me see if I can. Ow! Ow! Let me see if I can board him. Come on, come on. Let's come alongside him. I really ought to change. Now I'm going to wait for him to reload again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's no way that I am slower than that. Especially if I shoot his sails to bits. There we go. Board him! Now, shoot. Because the advantage, you see, that I have... The advantage that I have, you see, is that I start with my... Well, no one died. Fantastic. I start with my sword out, but... Oh, this was before I got the double-shot pistol. Gosh. These pirates are poor. They don't even have anything worth stealing. Apart from their ship, of course, which is... oh, no, I stand corrected. They just didn't spread their treasure out. But yeah, I start with my sword out versus the pirates have to draw their sword, which means there's just enough time to shoot someone in the face before they're able to strike me. The only problem is that you then have to have a fight in... these pirates are rubbish. Why didn't I start fighting these guys earlier? Maybe because they had the incompetency in order to take on 3 Dutch warships at the same time. Loads of stuff here worth stealing. This has been much more successful. Yeah, disadvantage of shooting in the opening, of course, is then it becomes a little harder to sort of block and so forth because you have to do it amongst the little cloud of smoke that you're dealing with. But never mind, you can't have everything, and I reckon that there cannot be possibly more than 3 levels to this ship. So I reckon we're finished. Hooray! It's a caravel! And it's got next to no crew, but never mind. Does it have any nice stuff that we could steal, other than quite a lot of ammunition, actually? Has some planks, has some sugar, has some paprika. No, we have the paprika because I haven't sold it yet. Alright, let me take the planks. My planks are very heavy. Very heavy indeed. I might not faff around that, actually, because let's get the other things. The leather as well, I think. That's got to be worth a penny or 2. Maybe the clothes. For the sake of being vaguely stylish, I suppose. There we are. To come away from that and assign you as my captain. And yeah, because I don't think the caravel's going to be better than me. I mean, it's got like bigger hull and more HP, but it's gonna it's in terrible condition because I've just shot it to bits, and what's worse is of course that I doubt it's going to be as sort of fast or manoeuvrable. We can have a look at its stats in the shipyard, but I reckon it's a bit naff, if that isn't unkind of me to say. Now, let me sail to the port and moor. Oh, the Charhills are higher level than I am. That's a bit miserable. let me at least get that stuff sold, and then oh, let me move the camera back as well. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that, don't I? Yes, and then I think we'll have a jump cut while I quickly catch up on the stuff that we missed.
Captain, could you spare a moment?
Yes, of course. Now, let me see what I want to sell. I want to sell this sapphire for 600. Both of the sapphires, actually. Little mosaic, some pearls, and this silver brooch. Lovely stuff. Okay, then. Let's go to the shipwright. This wasn't the man who was complaining for... Oh, giddy aren't you again. Yeah, oh no, yammer, you're very cross.
Blind man could see that.
Oh, shush. The Spartan. Yes, I really want that. I can't afford it. How does it compare with the frigate, actually? Slightly more manoeuvrable and slightly faster. Half the crew size. About 2/3 of the hull. About 4/5 of the hold. A few less cannons. Yeah, for 30 grand cheaper, it's not a bad decrease in stuff, actually. Let me repair my ship first and foremost, and then I need to go and sell the cargo, actually, before we sell the ship, otherwise the cargo will go with it. And I doubt you get a better price.
No pay, right, amigo?
I doubt that you get a better price if you sell it with a hold full of cargo. Worth experimenting with that in order to find out if it is in fact true, but I know I could be selling this somewhere where they're importing it, but I can't be bothered.
No pay, right, amigo?
Mainly for that enough spice. I might hold on to that, because at least I know they import that in Ox Bay, so that at the very least might be worth holding on to for the time being. Sell the sugar as well. I feel like we should probably sell that as well, just for the sake of it. Because goodness knows I'm never actually going to bother repairing my ship on the fly. I'm always just going to come here in order to get it mended. So speaking of getting things mended,
She needs repairs.
mend you in a pugilistic fashion later. Let's sell the caravel and see what we get for it. 20 grand. That is a good price. That is a very nice price. I assume that I'm not allowed to have it. No, it won't let me even try to buy it. Because I think I need to be level 9. All right then. Yeah, we seem to be averaging an hour and 10, hour and 15 each time anyway. So give me a moment to catch up with where we were, and then I will take us to the Portuguese island. We'll have a wander around there for 5 minutes. Despite the fact there's a trifecta of sharks down there that I'm sure would eat me immediately, and also some sort of strange bacterial demon otherworldly creature that seems to be sitting on top of that rock and plastering it with red tendrils, I find this oddly serene and peaceful. Right then, I have spent my level up points. I have spoken to the man about his lost son, and I have my eye on you, Mr. Black Sails. And I have got the dual barrel pistol. And I've got an Iron Storm. And I have spoken to the priest. So now we are fully ready to spend 5 minutes poking around the Portuguese island and seeing what they have got for us. No. I've learned my lesson. I'm actually surprised, I must say, that ship did go for 20 grand. That's a lot more than I was expecting it to go for, particularly the dreadful condition that it was in. But never mind. I've also realised we're a bit short on crew, aren't we? I should get some in the tavern, which seems a sensible place to go, given that is probably where we need to go in order to find this Pharaoh man. So let me see if I can remember where the tavern is. I will just follow the stinky scent of booze. I do, however, quickly need to sell something, because I need to sell a pearl that I pilfered out of the Spaniards' town hall. So with that sold and a few extra pennies made, let me see if I can remember where the tavern is. It's right there! Excellent. Just track the scent of burps from beer and we'll probably get by. Right then. Might you happen to know where he is?
To the captain! Hurrah!
Let's get some crew as well. Let's get some crew as well while we're here. There we are. Information. I am looking for this fellow. They are always just happen to be in the tavern, don't they? I feel like every single person in this game is just a grade A alcoholic. Hello, friend. What do you want from me? Cannot you see that I am busy? I must speak to you. You know my name, do you? Alright then, lay it out for me. What do you need? I need the papers that you have stolen from the Spanish church. So the old fox sent you. Never mind who sent me, I want the papers. Pretending for a moment that I know what you're talking about, why would I give them to you? Do you even know what is in these papers? I only know that I need them. So the old hypocrite doesn't even tell his errand boy how these papers discredit him? What is it with all of these shady priests? Anyone would think that priests have a vague reputation for that sort of thing. I know he would be uneasy when he learned the proof of his money lending had fallen into my hands. Let's do it this way. I'll buy the papers from you. How about we do it this way? I shove both of my barrels up both of his nostrils and pull the trigger. I'm not interested in that. You should go. You'll regret this. Is that a threat? It is a fact. If you do not wish this to be the last day of your life, you will hand over the papers. Oh, I was expecting a fight. Never mind, that didn't seem to work. No, not that, this one. He refused to give me the papers, leaving me no other choice. I'll have to take them from him. As I understand it, his ship is laying at port. I'll just have to capture it. Oh. Gosh. I cannot assault his ship in port. The fort will attack me. And if you thought I lost the fight against that trifecta of pirates, my giddy aunt, wait until you see me try to assault a fort. I will get absolutely creamed. Forts are very, very strong. You can assault forts, you can capture forts, you can ransack towns, and that's awesome, but also a long way away in terms of me playing this game. So you'll forgive me if I don't, I'm not exactly thrilled by the idea of doing that. Okay. Where's this ship? Oh. Hi. Oh goodness, he's attacking me! Help! He's also absolutely massive, but alright. Good thing I saved right before I did this. I love that the fort can give less of a rat's ass about this. Let me reload with my chain shots. Oh gosh. Okay, this is just gonna have to be a boarding expedition. I do find it interesting he's a pirate, however, and that he managed to land here without problem. You'd imagine that the fort would have attacked him immediately upon seeing his dark sails. Okay, I need to be really clever and careful here. I cannot afford to screw this up. He says, immediately screwing everything up. There we are. Maybe I'll just let the other guy do the fighting. This seems like quite a good system we got going on here. There we are. That worked well, didn't it, friend? Good job. You'll get a pay rise at no mistake. Mainly because you're going to have the salary of all the guys they've just killed. Let me see if there's anything. Okay, never mind that. And wait for my weapons to reload and also use the healing potion. There we go. Okay, hold on to your boots. And also your bullets, just as soon as we finish putting that extra bullet in. Thank you. Problem is that it's really difficult to shoot without accidentally shooting the wrong guy. Would you? Well done, my friend. But you know, oh, there we are. Lost a few more of the crew, but never mind. At least we can sell his ship, which is awesome. I look forward to doing that. Then we might actually be able to afford the Corvette. If only we were getting the XP. As I said it before, the cost of boarding is that you really don't you don't gain any XP by doing it, which is a dreadful shame. Oh, he's no stuff. Oh, in that case, I'll just have all of your. Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because doesn't really matter because I'm gonna have your ship, ain't I? That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I lost a lot of crew. Yeah, there's no way I lost that in the combat, so that is entirely down to how many people die during boarding, which is interesting. But yeah, we've got the ship, we've got the cargo, so I reckon that's about everything we need to do. Just drop the sales post. It's probably crash into something. And more immediately. Right. I love that. I hope everybody enjoyed the entertainment of seeing a sea battle on your doorstep. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to write a very strongly worded letter to the Portuguese governor and ask him why precisely he is not assisting me. If I've had my English flag up then instead of my French flag, then perhaps that would have gone slightly better for me, but never mind. Okay, well that was quite an exciting way to do that. Could I commune with you first, without getting within kissing distance? Yeah, I seem to have got a few bits and pieces, didn't I? Yeah, we've got this funny figurine, we've got this little cross, and we've got this pearl. Right then, we also have some compromising documents. I dread to think what that says. That's the sword that Daniel had. I'm sure you weren't interested in me saying that, but I said it anyway. Let's go to the shipyard and do a bit of selling and a bit of mending. Oh, Humberto is his name. Sorry, I thought that was Portuguese for something. Let's get started with the repairs. Yeah, let's repair my ship, please. Oh, took a lot of damage, bloody hell. That's a level 3 ship. How does it compare, actually? A lot less manoeuvrable, little bit faster, considerably stronger hull, massive crew. A few extra cannons, not much else of interest there. No, I'm still happy with this. I know having a ship with a stronger hull would actually be really advantageous to me. That's a pretty design. Yeah, it would be really advantageous to me for the sake of... That's a lot of pennies. Yeah, definitely some of that. Thank you very much. It would be advantageous to me in terms of surviving longer in a fight, which would be very good for me. I mean, yeah, that's like 3 times more, which is crazy, really. But yeah, I feel like it's best just to save up for the Corvette because we're not far away from the Corvette now. And with all these quests that we've been doing, we shouldn't be far away from reaching level 9. So we will quickly chat to this guy about getting some more crew now that everyone has died. I am aware that I walked in here about a few hours ago, hired about half a dozen people, and then I took them out, and I got them along with about 60 of their new colleagues murdered. But would there be about another 60 men that don't seem to care about that fact and would like to get hired? Given their morale has gone down, I presume the answer to that question is no. There is nobody on this island quite that stupid. Alright then, should we speak and see if there's an escort mission that needs doing to give us another job to do next week, because goodness knows we haven't got a million jobs already. Aha, indeed. Where would you like to go? I don't know, but I do seem to have got my arse glued to this woman, but never mind. You all say that, don't you, bunch of vagabonds? Where do you want to go? Oxbay for 3,000 gold. That's not a lot of money, but I do need to sell the the leather that we've got there. So we need to go back to the Spanish island to bring those papers to the priest. I mean, on the one hand, I feel like if the priest is being naughty, we should expose him for what he is, so that justice can be served. But on the other hand, I really need to get into that library. And I really don't think I have time to faff about. So what I'm going to do, I probably should stop the video here, but what I'm going to do is quickly take this fellow to Oxbay, and get his money off him, even though we have got absolutely heaps of it at the moment. So I really shouldn't be that fast. I mean, look how far he wants me to take him. This is gonna be like a month-long journey. If it's like a 3 grand, didn't we get a mission from like Oxbay to the French island for like 8 grand. Was that just complete blind luck that I got paid that much? I don't know, but I do want to keep the money rolling in. In fact, to be honest with you, the amount of time that's going to pass just from me going to Oxbay and then back to the Spanish island, if a month does pass, that's going to take another month worth of salary to the crew, which is like 1,300 quid at the minute, which is very expensive, but never mind. Maybe next week when we begin, we will go to Redmond first and finish up the quest regarding the... Would you stop chasing me? I know the tactics for dodging pirates. Yeah, I think we'll go off and finish the quest relating to. Thank you. Relating to Would you stop doing that? Thank you. Relating to the church in Greenford, and then we'll go from there. Thank you. I'm a matey. Is that good? I do hope so. I don't know what the levels are in this game. Games are oh, there's a thing under there. Games always choose such bizarre names for their like reputation levels. You notice it in like Fallout as well. Oh, large pearl. That's interesting. I think I've only seen small pearls before. Can we have a look at the big one, please? What does it look like? Oh, it's that one. Maybe more than 100 years old. Goodness, which I suppose back in this time was saying more than it is now. But never mind. Yes, I always get confused by the... I know you're eager to set to sea again, Nathan, but if you would hold off long enough for me to say goodbye to my audience, I would be very, very, very grateful. Right then. Never mind any of that. Okay, so next week we will go to Redmond and we'll get this sorted out with these steamy letters. And then we will go off and sort out the other church problem on the Spanish island and see if we can access the library and see if Danielle has not already pilfered it, as I imagine she probably will have, given the delay I have incurred by coming all the way to Ox Bay first. But we shall see. And while we're on Redmond, we should also speak to the tavern keeper and see if there's any information about the Spanish admiral's son that has gone missing. So we've got plenty to do next week, so... I rather enjoy that. I'm glad we got lots and lots of money out of it. I rather approve of that result. Don't approve of me getting stabbed by a pirate. That was rather embarrassing, because it means that in the alternate universe where I can't load and redo the game, that they were able to take my ship, which is a bit embarrassing. But never mind. Hopefully we'll get a bigger and better ship next week, because we can't be far away from leveling up again. We need another, what is that, 16,000 XP, which is quite a lot, I presume. I don't know. I have no idea how much XP you get. The only time you get told XP is when you're in a storm, bizarrely. Or maybe when you sink a ship. It's been so long since I sunk a ship that I don't know. Maybe I should do that, actually, get into like a few battles and actually sink some ships instead of just boarding them all the time. But it's so profitable to board. Never mind. We've got plenty to do next week, and I hope you've enjoyed this week. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look after each other, and good night.